Hello, I'm Robbie Wong.
And this is Winston Wong. We are, what's this, the first time for the fourth time attempting to get into Mythic this season with a Rakdos Lurrus deck, best of 3 historic. So good luck, Robbie. Have fun.
I always have fun. I just sometimes kick myself mentally while I'm having that fun. Yeah, you can make a deck with all spell cards. They just actually released a bunch of cards that are I mean it would be difficult, but they released a bunch of cards that are lands on one side and spells on the other. So it reduces a lot of the resource variance. Ooh, Amonkhet board.
You mean as all spell cards, as in no land cards? There are decks like that, but those are not normal. Oh, I don't think you can keep this,
But
or
this is so
can you?
powerful. So Gigantha Wellspring, it could be burn. It could be the. I've seen the Niv Mizzet control deck. If it's burn, going Archfiend's Vessel, throwing it in front of the bus, and then claiming it back is awesome.
Yeah.
If it's Niv, I'm a little sad, but I've got land drops, so I'm gonna keep this.
Yeah, black red is known as the Rakdos combination from the
Okay.
guilds, from the plane of Ravnica. So yes, he plays black red, so he has a lot of sacrifice and direct damage as well as life loss.
Yeah, like Arch.
Also hand attack of discarding.
So this looks like Jun's sacrifice. So, ha! Yes, sack it. All right. Now we just hope they don't have another Claim the Firstborn. Yeah, so like this card, for instance, when I bring it back from the graveyard, is going to come back as a 5/5. So it's
Yes, red is known for direct damage.
so we're just
Black
hoping they don't have another claim.
black is known for sacrifice and known for hand disruption and life loss.
I think well, I don't have spells in there right now. Although I suppose after I Stitcher Supplier, I will.
Why don't you stitch Supplier first?
Yeah, and then I can Fame if there's still no spells.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's all the same people.
I don't know. You know, in terms of like the artistic side and the music side, uh, Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast put a lot of production value into their into their supporting aesthetics. Um, you know, they pay their artists one of the
Oh my
best
god.
fantasy art pays in the industry, and like their trailers and whatnot are are theatrical quality. So this is U.S. Hasbro, who does Barbie and Monopoly and all that. They
Transformers?
own Transformers, uh, My Little Pony. Uh, they're the parent company. Wizards of the Coast is known for Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, now I'm sad. That's alright. Now. So, if I claim this at 7, then they'll be at 4 and they're dead on board. So I think I'm
So
gonna...
Young Pyromancer first, right? Oh, yeah.
So Young Pyromancer is the better short-term play because it can protect. And then Dreadhorde Arcanist has a bunch of spells in here.
Well, I think Young Pyromancer,
Because it's
then
better...
claim, then you get the token, and then next turn you Dreadhorde Arcanist, and then you can sack one of the Village Rites things if it gets to that point, right?
Yeah. Yeah, putting them dead on board. Alright.
Ah!
Alright. Jund, Sacrifice. So I don't think any of their creatures line up. It's like Devil, Human, Priest, Horror, Cat. So
Yeah, but the Magma Spray seems relevant.
Right. Red Cat melee tagging Mayhem Devil sound great. Abrade hitting ovens and cats
Nope,
is
we
great.
won. We won. Sorry,
They
Robbie won.
conceded.
They conceded. Yeah.
Okay, so against
Overwhelming advantage.
I don't think I want to keep Thoughtseize. They can play pretty quick to the board. And I think I'd rather just have as much removal as possible. I don't think they have... No, they have Scavenging Ooze, so I'm going to board out some
They also have,
of this.
Oh, they probably have Graveyard Hate too. Grafdigger's Cage, whatnot.
Well, they have Woe Strider and some other spells that loop, so I think... Did they play green? Did they show us green? They didn't show us green.
No, they did not.
Well, and they've got... I bet they have Cat Oven, so I bet there's green and we didn't see it.
In Magic the Gathering, there are over 20,000 cards. In Standard, there's about 2,000.
Yeah, so if you dive into the deep end, it's a deep pool.
Yeah. Historic, which is the pool that Robbie's currently playing in, I think has around 5,000 cards in it at this point. Does that make sense? Maybe not 5. Maybe 4,000 cards.
Yeah, so they've released Magic. There's like 20,000 cards, and then they have different formats, which basically says you can only play these cards from this time period to this time period, and then this time period to this time period. So it's kind of like you can only play with this many cards, or this many cards, or all the cards. I can't keep this, can I?
Yeah, Standard is the cards within the last year or two, and it varies. Historic is any card that's available on Arena, and Arena is about a year and a half old. A little over a year and a half old, right?
Yeah.
2 years old? Something like that. Cards from 10 years ago are unlikely to be in Arena on the online version. You can play... There are formats like Legacy and Vintage, which include all the cards throughout history of Magic, and you can play that. But those are expensive formats. Decks routinely run $2,000. Black Lotus is not. Well, I mean, you can't get Black Lotus on Arena. You can get Nyx Lotus, which is even arguably better than Black Lotus in some cases. I don't know. I look across at my opponent, and they're doing Green Devotion, and Nyx Lotus taps for 13 mana or something like that. Meanwhile, how's it going over here in your game?
I think I'm saving this Abrade. I think I want to Kroxa and just disrupt what they've got going on. I'm kind of hoping that I can get some sack outlet to pair with this Claim the Firstborn. Well, we got him to discard a Midnight Reaper, so they are not intending to play a long game. Hey, here's that green mana. So yeah, this is to me this says Coco and Scavenging Ooze as their graveyard hate.
I honestly don't know how large the game is. It's at least 800. I know, like, the last update was like 800 megs.
So I think I'm gonna Young Pyromancer, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop the Priest.
Sure.
Start building my army. I like the new cards. Like I'm a big fan of. Oh, crush.
You still get one.
If you go on Reddit, you'll hit every opinion possible.
Right. So generally speaking, of late, they've had some issues with power creep. So the new cards are much more powerful than the old cards, and so when you have that happen, then should you not move Lurrus over?
No, I want to draw a card with Castle.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking if I move it over, they could Thoughtseize it, and then if I Castle, I guaranteed keep the card because I can do it at end of their turn.
Sure.
Oh my gosh. Come on. All right. Yes. All right. This is where the party happens. So I think I think I attack, and then hopefully they block the thing here, so I can clear this, and then I can Village Rites the Archfiend's Vessel and then bring it back.
Okay.
And then if they block the Archfiend's Vessel, I'm happy with that because I want it in the graveyard anyways.
All right.
Yes. There are cheesy decks. Alright, so I want to draw to... we're going to claim this guy back. Huh, maybe I should have... whatever. I can draw another card now. I think I Lurrus now, like, getting it on board, and if they spend their turn, like, Thoughtseizing me, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so there are decks that produce White Weenie, which just plays a lot of little white creatures and then tries to give them anthems and attack through and aggro. There's also Goblins, which is unending number of Goblin and Goblin tokens that get buffed and attack with haste. So yes, there are definitely decks that do that. There are decks that are tempo decks, and there are control decks. This is more of an aggro deck and resource denial. So what are you trying to decide?
I don't know. I'm missing a red mana because then I could play Dreadhorde Arcanist, give it haste, attack, flashback Village Rites, and claim like I'm one red mana short of doing all of that, and I can't. So I think instead I want to Fame and then Kroxa.
Oh, okay.
Like I want to get all the damage I can in while they're stuck on lands.
Goblins are red.
Oh wait, I can't do that.
Lurrus.
If I Lurrus, I can shoot over nobody. I think I want to Dreadhorde Arcanist.
Okay. Okay.
So I think doing Claim into Village Rites is going to be really important for nailing the coffin down. Blue is kind of meh until you get into the expensive creatures. Like green is supposed to be the color of really powerful creatures.
And elves.
And elves. And then red is pretty aggressive as a color. Like they have some pretty aggressive creatures.
Goblins and dragons.
Like protection.
What?
Good sideboard cards in older formats. They have artifact destruction. Yay!
Yay! You did it. White has lots of little creatures. With tends to have vigilance, first strike. They tend to have more abilities.
Life gain.
Yep.
They're the better color to gain life. You start with 20 most of the time. Kind of curious where I am on the ladder here.
Pretty low.
92.
92.
92.
I saw somebody made Mythic, but they were at 0%.
Oh, so the
priests are white and black.
So wait, no, it's here. Yeah, so in 45 hours this will reset, and I will. What's the Greek mythology where they roll the rock up the?
Sisyphus.
Sisyphinian.
Yeah.
Rolls the boulder up there. But I got my extra pack, Winston, and I got my extra.
Are you still recording, or do we need to sign off?
We need to sign off, but I do like celebrating. Okay, so
Mythic.
Yay,
Congratulations, Robbie.
Thank you, Hidgy Potts. Thanks for hanging out with us. The well, I generally stream once a day. I don't have a schedule because, again, public school is hilarious. And but everything goes up on my YouTube, and there's a Wong Historic Brawl. So if you want to catch any of that, if you do get into Magic, you can kind of. Well, let me sign off of YouTube. I'm Robbie Wong.
This is Winston Wong. Thanks for joining us, watching Robbie make his path to Mythic. We'll see how long it takes him next month to repeat. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.